So this week's sneaker releases, there's quite a few sneakers to mention, and quite a packed schedule in my opinion. And the first up on the 10th of February is the Nike Cortez Valentine's Day, and this is obviously more for the women out there. It's one of those ones where, again, it's just a simple one for, like I said, just for Valentine's Day. We can't really say more than that. It's got some nice sort of printing on there. And also on the 11th, we've got the Adidas Ultraboost OG for 10th anniversary. And it's a cool pair of sneakers and quite sort of iconic. Obviously, Kanye West wore them back in the day as well when they first came out. And just overall, yeah, just, a classic. And then on the 11th of February, you've got the Nike Air Force 1 Low Valentine's Day. So this is part of the same pack. And again, just another one more for the women out there. And also on the 11th of Feb, I think this is taking a book out of Adidas' book, and they're releasing some what they're calling the snakeskin pack, and it seems to be comprised of the Air Max 90, the Air Max 1, Air Max DN, and also another Air Max 90. So it's a cool take, I suppose, but I'm not really a fan of like too much snakeskin on trainers. It's got to be a really sort of quite cool looking sneaker for me to kind of grab it. But if you're a fan of any of these silhouettes and you like that kind of print, then it's definitely worth going for. And also on the 11th of Feb, we've got the Adidas Samba Leopard print, and they've been releasing these over the course of, I suppose, last week as well, and this week, the different sort of silhouettes from Adidas with this sort of leopard print. And if you're a fan of the Wales Bonner stuff and you want something which is a bit cheaper, then this is definitely worth having. And also on the 11th of Feb, we've got the Nike Zoom Vomero 5 in chrome toe. And this is similar to the Photon Dust pair that I released a couple of years ago, which I had. And this was made as, again, a women's sneaker. So just be careful that you go up at least a half a size on these, if you've got a wide foot, because you'll feel like a bit of pinching on the sides. And I felt that quite a bit on this particular one. Sometimes depends on the Vomero as well. But just a word of caution. But, I do like the kind of chrome hits on it. It's quite cool. And also on 12th of February, we've got the Adidas Gazelle Terrace, Manchester United. Again, just sort of run-of-the-mill stuff. I think it would be popular with the soccer fans out there. And also on the 12th of February, we've got the Salehe Bembury New Balance 1500 Olive Grey. And the pricing for these seems to be sort of standard New Balance 1500 stock pricing. It's supposed to have been a lot more, but from what I can see, what's been loaded up, it seems to be same sort of price as pretty much what a GR version is. So a cool silhouette, but I do like the way it looks. It's similar to like an Air Max 1, but just not that comfortable for me. And also on the 12th of February is the Nike Air Trainer Huarache, and there's a brown and blue version and the all black version. I think the black version might be popular. I'm a big fan of this silhouette anyway. It's like a weird, odd looking silhouette, but at the same time, I just really think it's cool. It's quite sort of similar to the Jordan 7, which I'm also a fan of. I think some of the retailers have released these already early, and I might try and pick up the brown pair, but obviously because there's a couple of other sneakers obviously coming out this week as well that maybe I might win or may not win. And also on the 13th of February, you've got the Ninja Turtles Puma, and there's a bunch of different ones. As far as I remember, suede, I think there's the RS model, and then also the MB04, and I think it's the Leonardo and Michelangelo, if I'm not mistaken. And just a cool collab. I still think the Adidas one that was released were a bit nicer in my opinion. And also on the 13th of February, you've got the Reebok Engine A, and this was inspired by the early 90s basketball sneakers from Reebok, and so it's got that kind of retro sort of look to it, but also futuristic at the same time. I'm not the biggest fan of this particular colorway, but I think the silhouette does look really cool. And also on the 13th of February, you've got the Nike Zoom Spiridon SP Signal Blue. So this is another, I think, OG colorway as far as I know. And this one looks nice as well. Just not too much of a fan of the midsole outsole combination, being, I just get a bit of pronation on the outsole just because of the way the air unit is, and there isn't sort of a TPU plate running down the middle of it. And also on the 13th of February, we've got the Anta Hella style roots, and this has got kind of crazy lacing, and I think it's inspired by the American Indians, and so it kind of looks similar to a Adidas Rivalry or the Fear of God version of it. I think it looks pretty cool. I think if let's just say if I was to ever get a pair of these, I'd probably take off these laces. And on the 13th of February, we've got the Nike Kobe 6 All-Star 2.0. I really love the way this sneaker looks. It's probably not something that I'm going to go for because I just don't find just those earlier Kobe's that comfortable to sort of wear casually. They're good for sort of basketball court. I think the Kobe 8 that I tried was probably the best, sort of most neutral one, and the most sort of runner-like type sneaker. But I do really like the way this one looks though as well. It's really nice because it's the fact that it's simple. And also on the 13th of February, we've got the Asics GT2160, and this is a Piedmont, a grey and deep marine. I think it looks nice actually. Not the biggest fan of the GT2160. It's quite sort of neutral on foot, and sort of similar to the Adidas or Ketro or the, I suppose, the New Balance models like the New Balance 530. Similar sort of feel to those, so quite sort of neutral on foot. And also on the 14th of February, we've got the Air Jordan 1 85 Bred. So this is the one that I'm going for. Going to try and grab, but obviously probably going to strike out. There seems to be quite a lot of retailers who've loaded this up for raffles, but from my understanding, especially in the UK and EU, it's going to be limited. They'll have limited numbers. So I did also see a stashed sneakers thing pop up, and you had to sort of go down to, I think it was Brixton, but I just don't want to do that kind of stuff really. It's a sneaker. I don't want to sort of jump through hoops to kind of grab a pair. And so my thinking is, if I miss out, I miss out, and then I'll probably just go for the trainer Huaraches. And also on the 14th of February, you've got the Nike Black Label All-Star, and this is several different silhouettes. I think there's like the GT Hustle, the KD 18, and then you've also got the Sabrina 2, and then there's a couple of others which I'm trying to remember. So I think it's a Jar 2 as well on there as well, and then the Lebron 22. But just a bunch of different sneakers. I think they all got their kind of custom sort of look to them, and they all look quite nice in black actually, which is a first. And also on the 14th of February, you got the Nike KD4 scoring title, and I think this one will be quite sort of popular. It's quite nice. I think the yellow-blue combination, another one's good for the court. And I'm not sure if this is part of the Black Label pack, but it looks like it might be. On the 14th of February, you got the Nike Jar 2 Swarovski, and this has got the Swarovski crystals on the sort of medial and lateral side of the sneaker. So it's the Jar 2 is not my favourite silhouette, so for me it's pretty much a pass. And on the 15th of February, you've got the Adidas Anthony Edwards 1 Low Champagne. Judging from what wear testers reviewed this particular pair, it seems like it's got better materials on the inside and just a few sort of modifications here and there to make it sort of more comfortable. So yeah, just looks really cool. Probably one of the more neutral ones and probably easy to wear. Not going to go after them, but it's quite cool. And something which I do actually want, but I'm going to hold off for now and see what the resale prices are like. I do want the pair, and the black toe is probably my favourite Jordan colourway of all time, Air Jordan 1 colourway anyway. And for me, I think there's going to be plenty on the market. I mean, it's kind of below retail at the moment, so I'm probably going to hold out for a few weeks and try and grab them sort of under retail if I can, because I don't fancy paying like full price for these, like knowing that there's going to be like plenty of stock out there for this particular one. And also on the 16th of February, we've got the Nike Dunk Low and Air Force 1, and this is called the Retro Pack, so it's inspired by what I believe is kind of like the 80s nostalgia feel. So you've got like multicolour on there, and the font set they use is sort of similar to things like Atari, so it's just taking the 80s vibe in general, but they're cool looking silhouettes and not too bad.